Hello.
Hi, hiya.
Welcome to Spirit Talk.
Awesome. So we are live, and I can't believe it. This is a better looking version of Anthony. Where's Anthony gone?
I don't know what happened.
Heidi, thank you for standing in for Anthony. And we
Absolutely.
know he's having an operation today and on his eye again, bless him. And we hope it's all going well. So if you're watching, mate, hope it's all gone well, and we'll see you very soon. We've got a very special guest waiting to come in, a Reverend Shane in the background. We were just a little bit worried. I'm sorry that we're late because we had a few technical issues, the wonders of social media. So should we bring Mychael in now? We should actually say hello to all the people that are saying hi to us already, shouldn't we? We got a
hello from Canada.
Yes.
I'm Canadian, so hello from Canada.
Can you see the comments on your right-hand side? People coming in. There's a lot.
No.
You can't see them. Okay.
No.
Oh, okay.
Oh, maybe just let me see. Let me check. Yes, I can.
Awesome. So we've got Lou, we've got Sharon, Carol, Sean,
Carol,
hi guys.
Ashley.
Yeah, loads on.
Yes.
Nice to see you. Well, tonight we've got a very special guest. He is a physical medium, but he's also reverend as well. And let's get him in because he's waiting in the background already. So let's get him on and say hi. Hi, Mychael.
Hello, Mychael.
How's everybody doing?
Really good. Really good. Thank you. Thank you for agreeing to come on and speak to us.
No problem. I'm excited.
Awesome. Whereabouts are you based, Mychael?
Right now I'm in Erie, Pennsylvania.
So
United States.
We truly are international. I'm in the UK. Heidi's in Calgary.
I'm in Canada. Yeah.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
We're all over.
I'll actually be in your neck of the woods. I forgot the dates. The end of August.
Okay.
In Canada, Mychael, or
no,
in the UK.
Oh, really?
I see. Oh.
Whereabouts, Mychael?
I'm going to be at the in Cornwall.
Yes.
And up around the what's the name of that town? Glastonbury.
Oh gosh, yeah. Well, that's where Anthony lives, near Glastonbury. So I'm sure he'll pop along to see. Is it like an what kind of event are you doing?
I'll be doing a dark room seances and billet readings, precipitation art, apportation, things of that nature.
Wow.
Okay.
Is that at a particular event, Mychael, or is it a?
Yes. If you contact the parsonage side in Somerset, it's the parsonage side retreat in Somerset. They have all the information and addresses and contact information for everybody.
Awesome.
Yeah. Thanks for coming, Mychael. Can you tell us a little bit about your background? It sounds like you do a whole bunch of different exciting and interesting things. How did you get started in this?
Well, I didn't in a way, I guess I didn't have a choice. I was born in a spiritualist church in Seattle, Washington.
Okay.
And there was a very well-known, most tested scientific medium by the name of Reinhardt. And at the age of 4 years old, I was trained by him until about 6.5 years of age. And then at the age of 7, I was no longer part of the church. And then 20 years later, I had an opportunity to go through training again, and then here I am today. And that was in 92.
Okay.
Wow.
So was that 20-year span, did you work in mediumship or within the spiritualist church, or did you kind of put things aside and then come back to it?
Well, my mother, she got custody of me. There was a prophecy of my birth before I was born, and even before my mother even had a boyfriend, let alone a husband. She was 15 years old. She went to her first seance, and a spirit told her about my birth. And then it said that the spirit said that she would not be raising me, that the church would be raising me.
Okay.
This did happen for quite a while. And then at the age of 3, my grandmother took me in, and she was the medium's helper and right-hand person and event organizer, and took care of him and things like that. And then, life has its unexpected issues. And at the age of 7, a situation happened that caused me to be in the custody of my mother. And then at the age of 12, I went to go live with a person I thought was my father. And then I went into the military at the age of 17.
Okay.
And after that, a heavy metal band.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
What a diverse background.
Yeah.
By the name of Souls of Darkness.
Oh, heavens.
And then I got married, had some kids. And then I went to California after a traumatic experience. And I met a gentleman that knew the medium in Seattle, that knew me when I was 7. And he took me under his wing. His name was Reverend Weston D. Bailey. And I owe him a lot. He's since passed away. And then I worked with him for 5 years, and then I went out and all over the place. And I was like really the only medium that was doing seances and apportations and stuff. And now all of a sudden they're popping up like everywhere.
Okay. So at any stage, did you understand where your path was leading to?
Well, I thought I was abandoned there for those 20 years. And so I was kind of trying to find a place to fit in.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure that there's people online here that have had the same experience, where they feel a little bit lost and kind of wondering, okay, they were told one thing, and then there's like no seeming of a possibility of that. So you're looking for something that you fit, or people that you fit in with. But I always had in the back of my mind that I wanted to do this. And to be honest, I was in a treatment center those 20 years later. And while I was in the treatment center, I believe a spirit by the name of Jesus came to me and told me to follow my heart, that I would then be okay, and I would find where I fit in. Well, I knew when he said that what was in my heart was to do this work. And as soon as I opened myself up to that, here I go. I ended up getting invited to Sacramento, California, and I went through healing processes and started training again.
Okay. So that personal challenge and awakening really encouraged you to make this shift.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes, it was pretty, surprising and exciting, and then, and it also had its downs as well, but I wouldn't change it for the world.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, physical mediumship, Mychael, there's a lot of people at home won't understand what it takes to become a physical medium, or even have an understanding of that side of mediumship. Can you explain a little bit for those listening, especially from a point of view at the beginning, especially if some people are finding they're having unusual experiences that they can relate to you?
Well, I was told that I was going to be doing this physical mediumship
Yeah.
at a very young age. And I also had a chance to experience it by the medium that I was speaking of.
Okay.
His name was Reverend Keith Milton Reinhardt.
Okay.
And I always wanted to do it. It was an exciting feeling. And I had some training with him in his basement in his house that was pretty interesting. My grandmother was there. And then at the age of 7, I apported a gemstone that my mom still has today. It was an 88 karat white sapphire.
88 carat white sapphire.
Yep.
Can you describe, Mychael, for people that don't know what that means?
Yes. Apportation means transporting objects through inner space and time, where the origin and the destination is in the same place and time by folding time and space, connecting the two. And Saint Germain is the one that helps me with that, because he's an alchemist.
Okay.
And I'm sure a lot of people know who Saint Germain is.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And so he works with me, and I bring through objects that, like for instance, recently a 2171 karat yellow topaz came through from underneath my mouth in front of a room of about 36, 40 people.
Wow.
And it's sitting at the Healing Brew in Akron, Ohio. So if people want to look them up, there's pictures of it. And plus, it's also a really good place to check out if you're in Ohio.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Did that just start happening like randomly, or is this something that you've trained?
Well, I was trained to do this when I was between the ages of 4 and 6.
Okay.
But I hadn't had any success.
Yeah.
But I did in this particular moment when I wasn't thinking about it. It's like when you take your mind off of it, it changes. I'm sorry if I'm moving around. I was trying to do this on the web on my laptop, but it wasn't letting me.
Oh, okay.
So anyway, what the process is Saint Germain will have some objects, and he will open up his heart chakra, and a silver fluidy energy will come out and surround the objects. And they could be anything from gemstones, silver coins, things of that nature. Watches, jewelry, just some really nice things that come through. Let's see. Do I have any over here? I don't have them with me. But anyway,
I myself have never been able to witness that. So this is fascinating for me.
You have your no. So once the silver energy manifests itself around the objects then turn into its natural form. It is not a solid object or a gemstone anymore. It's energy in motion. That's what everything is around you, is energy in motion. Once it turns to energy, he then wills it into like a vortex, which looks like mercury about the size of a sandwich plate. I don't know, a dinner plate. and it turns in a counterclockwise manner. It enters the vortex and then immediately comes out to the destination, which could be anywhere on my body or
that was my question.
Or an ectoplasm cloud in front of me about 3 feet, which is how my first apport manifested. And then it comes out and it'll turn into a gas, and then it starts to turn into a fluid, energy in motion. And then once it hits the light, it begins to solidify into the object that it was. And then at that particular point, I hand them out to people. If you go to my Facebook page or even YouTube, you might find some of those objects.
What about on your website? Do you have anything on your website, Mychael, like that?
I don't, but I am going to be redoing my website.
So I can quickly share that for people to see. I've got your website up here. And here's a lot more information about you, the seances, the physical phenomenon, and the seances, and the group training, readings, and healing. So there's a lot of information on there. And I see you do an introduction to some of the ascended masters and their stories.
Yes.
That's fantastic.
Yes. Those are pictures that are not from me. It's online, but you have most of the masters on there that have communicated through my mediumship.
Okay.
And I want to make sure I make this point clear. Depending on higher level, medium level, or lower level spirits, has nothing to do with whether the spirit itself is not good or not. They're all equal. It's just some are ascended to help work with us, like the ascended masters do. Others are loved ones. Others are earthbound entities that are looking to go into the light. Or angels or elementals. They're all just as equal and just as important as the other.
Yeah.
So when I make the reference to ascended masters, it doesn't mean that who I work with is better than others. It's just what I work with.
Is there particular ascended masters that you primarily work with?
Yes, Saint Germain, Katumi, and Lady Nada.
Okay.
Yeah. So we've got some questions coming in already. I'm sorry if I've missed any questions. Oh, okay. Susanna said I received an apport of a hatched egg at a significant moment. What a gift. That's interesting. Also, Carol's put on here, I noted you were friends with Kai Mug, who also apports objects. Are two mediums able to apport at the same time if they work together? Is that a thing?
Yes. It hasn't happened yet. Kai met me in in Florida.
Yeah.
And I did a demonstration with him. And then from what I heard, 2 weeks later, he started doing apportation. He used to tell people that. I don't know if he does anymore, but he was giving me, the credit for that happening. But in reality, it was his own energy that brings that through. But working together was something that I'm really interested in doing, because I believe mediums should stop being jealous of one another and work together.
Yeah.
Kai's jealous of me. He would probably work with me if there was an opportunity to do so. He's an amazing medium, as are others that I've met. But yeah, that would be a very good thing. I believe we probably could apport another planet. I don't know. I'm kidding about that, but I think it would be an amazing experience.
Yeah.
I have a question, or you probably have a question, Paul, from someone else. I was curious.
No, so you go ahead, Heidi.
I'm curious, Mychael, in terms of the apparation, if there's an intention on your part, or is that more of a random occurrence?
Usually I know what's going to happen.
Okay.
Because Saint Germain tells me. But every once in a while, and people have experienced this in spontaneous circumstances, where I start to apport out of the blue and I wasn't even aware that it was going to happen. Like, for instance, after a seance, which I'm going to change the word to master communication, or spirit communication, because the word seance tends to have a negative response. Where after I've done an apportation, but not all the objects came through. And I don't really know when that occurs, and they won't go back to origin. They stay kind of in limbo between space and time. And so when I eat sugar or protein, it reopens the vortex and they come out. So people tend to take me to eat Italian food because pasta has a lot of sugar in it, and it reopens the vortex. And I had a situation where I apported 200 sapphires out of my eyes in front of the waitress, and she dropped our platter of food on the floor and screamed and quit her job.
Wow.
Wow. Yeah, that's pretty amazing. Yeah.
So, and I like doing it in the light so people can see it instead of doing it in the darkness.
In the dark, yeah.
So Mychael, how does it? I mean, from your own personal point of view, to experience something like that. I mean, how your first experience with that? What was that like? Was you so trusting? Was you able to let go of that fear, or if there was fear? Obviously, coming at it from quite a young age, you had quite a good foundation of working with spirit.
Well, when I experienced it from the other medium, I thought it was really exciting, and I couldn't wait for it to happen through me.
Okay.
When it happened through the cloud, I was only feeling a little nauseous, but it wasn't so bad because the ectoplasm cord came out of my solar plexus about 3 feet in front of me, 3 feet above the ground, and a cloud of ectoplasm occurred, kind of like in that movie Poltergeist, where stuff fell out of the ceiling, that kind of thing. But then when I started doing it out of my physical body, there was fear. And that fear prevented it from happening until I surrendered. And there would be a large amount of pain connected to it until later when I learned to stay a little bit out of my body when this is happening. And now it feels like I'm being held by love or Jesus or something like that. And I don't feel the pain. I do sometimes feel a little concerned because when an object comes through that's bigger than the cavity in which it's coming out of, and the vortex begins to close, I've lost teeth. I've broken my jaw, and I've dislocated it a number of times. I've had stuff come out of the eyes where one of my eyes would go really blurry for a couple of days, or I lose a lot of energy where I'm laying down or sitting in my chair, not feeling too happy. But it's okay, it's the masters don't put me through that. That's my choice.
Effie, hi Effie. She's asked, what was one of the most fascinating experiences you've had as a physical medium?
Good question.
Well, actually, it's meeting all the nice people out there,
Okay.
The different people of the world, different cultures, different belief systems. I mean, it's just amazing. But within my mediumship, I would say the most exciting thing that ever happened, I did not get to experience because I was in trance, but we had 7 fully materialized spirits walking around the room. People could see them, and they were giving hugs and kisses to people. and it was great. And when I heard the story, I was excited about it. And this was during a class I called master class. But the downside to what happened was the people that were there, all but 2 of them, completely left the class because they couldn't wrap their head around what had happened.
Wow.
Yeah.
And then I kind of have a funny story, if you don't mind. Is it all right if I?
Oh yeah, please do. Please do.
I was in Alaska, and I was in trance, and Master Jesus, or a spirit claiming to be, but I believe he was,
Okay.
materialized. He illuminated his body in an energy called Verundum, which is basically the same energy that Moses would have saw on the burning bush.
Okay.
And so he walked out of the cabinet, and there was a lady in the second row who needed a healing. So he walked over to her and put his hand on her. And at first, the hand feels like a flesh and blood hand, and then after a few minutes, you can tell it's not a flesh and blood hand. That it's a pseudopod, which is anything formed out of ectoplasm.
Okay.
Well, there was a lady on the other side of the aisle who was reaching out, trying to touch him. Well, she lost her balance and started to fall. When you fall, you start grabbing for stuff. And she grabbed his robe and pulled him down. He pulls the woman down he's working on. He falls down. She falls on top of him. So you got an instant Jesus sandwich. And then he dissipates, breaking the connection to me. And then you got these 2 ladies, trying to figure out how to get off one another. And it ended up bringing me back into the room. And I was down for 2 months, about I'd say 6 weeks. I couldn't function. I couldn't do much. I wasn't eating very much. And Helen Duncan, who is more of your neck of the woods, died because of this.
Yeah, I was going to say that.
I've heard those stories.
Yeah, because it was because of that they looked at the law, didn't they? Changed the law over here because it was outlawed. It wasn't allowed to practice any kind of mediumship, certainly physical mediumship. And it was come under the Witchcraft Act, I believe. And when poor old Helen was disturbed in deep, not trance, is it, in physical mediumship, when she was really down, the police raided the building and arrested her and put her in the police cell, I believe.
Yeah.
And it was there that she struggled to get back into her body, I believe, and passed away after 2 days. So, yeah. And I visited a local church in Ipswich recently, and I'm suffering from a bit of, I'm still getting over COVID. And I get this cloudiness as well. I don't know if people get that when they get COVID. I think it's called the Beaches Spiritual Church or Centre, and they used to get raided on a regular basis. And when the police used to come in, they did the church upstairs in the bedroom because they converted a house into a church. And when the police came through the door, or this little old lady would say, "The police are coming," and they'd all get their knitting out and pretend they're knitting. And the medium would kind of hide up. So, but yeah, that's the culture that we lived in back only 70, 80 years ago. Wasn't that long ago. It's crazy to think that it was illegal. So Michael, for yourself, how did that feel though? How unwell did you become with that experience?
Well, I've learned that there needs to be a protocol.
Yeah.
And at that time, I didn't really have a protocol that was really that strict.
Okay.
Now I do. Even to the point where I'll even allow to be restrained to the chair that I'm sitting in. In Australia, they strip search you, so I got strip searched over there. I've been tested by scientists numerous times.
Okay.
Because I think that mediums should have a little bit of scientific backing. That if they don't, that doesn't mean they're frauds. I don't want to make that sound that way. Because sometimes those scientists get a little bit too rough on you, you know. But I mean, one wanted to bury me in a 10-foot hole in a box and put cement over the top of me.
Wow.
And I agreed to it, but my wife said if I do that, she'd divorce me. So I didn't do it. But I've been X-rayed. I've been searched. I've been probed. I've had metal detectors on me. I've been tied, shackled, chained, take cable ties. I mean, the whole bit, everything you could possibly think of. And you don't always have the same results. I mean, when I was tested the first time, I didn't do very well until the third day. And then the third day, things started happening.
Okay.
So it's not really a science if you don't receive the same results every time. But there's a scientist in Heidelberg, Germany, by the name of Eckhart Kruse, who tested Kai Mugi and me and others, and he does it pretty intensively. And his wife is also a scientist and a professor, I think. Excuse me. I had COVID for 3 weeks.
Oh wow!
And the leftovers, I get this congestion in my throat.
Yeah.
The doctor says it probably won't go away for 6 or 7 months.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Has that actually affected you as well, though, Mychael, in terms of going into your mediumship? Does that affect you with a cough or?
Only when I'm in my body still. If I'm out of my body, it doesn't seem to affect me. It's like I've been in. I've done a seance when I had severe pneumonia one time.
Okay.
I didn't want to go there, but my associate didn't want to return all the money, so he made me come. And so I came and I was fine. I had no coughing or anything when I was out of my body. And then when I got back into my body, 15 minutes later, I'm sick again, ready to go back home.
That's interesting.
However, the pneumonia went away within 2 days when it should have taken longer than that.
Okay.
According to my doctor at the time. The seance cabinet is not there to hide anything. It's there actually, in a way, to protect the sitters.
Okay.
I have a friend, believe it or not, that who opened up the cabinet just a little bit too soon, and he got zapped with that energy, and he was down on his back in his bed for 2 weeks, couldn't even go to work.
Wow.
Wow.
And then in the case of an apportation, why I have tape over my mouth for that is if you don't get me out of the chair fast enough, if I don't have tape over my mouth, they come out like a bullet and they can hit the first 3 people in the front row.
Wow.
And it has happened before. But when I'm going to have communication, whether it be independent or direct voice, I have water put in my mouth where it's duct taped shut with their signature on the tape, so it shows them I didn't, change the tape while I was in there. And that's just to let people know that it's not me.
So, Mychael, sorry to interject right there. I'm going there with you. I'm visualizing what you're doing. So you're in the cabinet, okay? You've got water in your mouth. You've been taped over, so you can't lose that water. You're not going to swallow it. But somehow, once you've done that, did you then show and release the water?
Yes. Well, I'll have an ectoplasmic field behind my throat, so I don't choke on it. Okay, and that's controlled by my spirit guide, Lady Nada. And at the end of the thing, when I'm back in my body, and I'm also, by the way, cable tied to the chair.
Wow.
Okay. So the person that put the tape on comes up and rips the tape off. And I have a beard, but if you rip it fast, it doesn't hurt as much. If you do it really slow, then it does. and then I spit the water out into a cup. So the water is still there.
Wow.
Great.
Maybe you can find out where I'm going to be when I'm there coming up this year, and you can come and check it out.
Well, Kerry has asked actually. I mean, I'd like to come and meet you, Mychael. I really would. So, but Kerry's asked. She missed the point when we talked about when you're coming. I believe it's in August, isn't it? But can people get the dates off your website?
No. My website haven't changed for a while. I'm in the process of doing that. Let's see.
But you're on Facebook though, Mychael, aren't you?
Yeah. Why don't you have people friend me on Facebook, and I will post it. Or I have a friend here with me. You have your calendar? Would it be on your?
So I'm assuming, Mychael, on your new website, there'll be like an event listing where people at some point can get a link to purchase tickets or things like that.
Well, that's through the Parsonage Side Retreat in Somerset. If you look them up on the internet, they have a website, and the lady's name is Dawn Bex, DAWNBEXX.
All right.
And she's on Facebook too.
Fantastic. You mentioned healing before, unless Paul, you want to have more,
no, so
audience questions.
So people can
contact.
scroll across. I think I've got that right.
There we go.
Dawn Bex.
Okay, so I'm going to look here real quick.
Okay.
I'm going to be in England from the 25th through the 8th, but I'm going to be working from the 25th through the 31st of August, and then I'm going to go visit Anne Boleyn's house and do a little vacation with my family, and then head over to Ireland until the 8th when I fly back. But I'll be working and doing my work in Parsonage Side and Cornwall on the 25th through the 31st. And you can get a hold of the Parsonage Side Retreat in Somerset.
Michael's a bit frozen there, I think.
Yeah, it could be the phone. It's because he's using the phone.
Yeah.
He'll come back in a sec. Yeah, so he might have to come back out to come back in again. I'm not sure. I've saved some of the details anyway. But we should also tell people, which is quite exciting, Heidi, we're going to work in a little while, aren't we?
Yes, we are.
Messages. I did my first reading. I did try reading today, having COVID, and it worked okay. So let's try, see if we can get some work going. Is Mychael, are you back? I think we've lost you.
I'm here, but I'm trying to find how to get back in.
Okay. You might have to come out to come back in again. Because when it freezes like that, it's not the most helpful.
All right. Well, I'm not even.
Cancel your calendar and then go back to the link.
Where do I go there?
Yeah. Technology. It gets us all in the end.
So from what I'm hearing, what Mychael has shared with us, he does apportation, he does some trance, connection to the ascended masters, maybe some teaching. Is there anything else, Paul, that?
Yeah, I can't get my words out. Precipitation art as well. Hi, Mychael.
Oh, there you are.
All right. I'm there, but I'm getting feedback.
How's that? It might be because he was coming in through. He's gone.
Oh.
He's jumped out again. Okay. I don't know. Hopefully he'll jump back in again. So yeah, I can't get the word out. Something to do with art anyway.
Something with to do with art. I was curious. I was going to ask Mychael if he does healing work at all,
yes.
but I wasn't sure about that.
I think he does. I think
he does. Okay.
Yeah, that was in
Yeah.
his bio. So
Lots of diversity within what he does.
Yeah.
What he offers.
Yeah. Oh, this is hopefully he'll come back in. But we've had lots of questions here. Even Ashley has asked about working with the serpent energy. Hopefully Michael will come back in again. I'm just gonna contact him on here. Oh, he's back. He's back. Brilliant.
Yeah.
Yay. Okay, we're back.
There we go.
Yeah.
So, what was the question? Sorry about that. I gave you the
okay. Yeah, no, you went above and beyond answering that question, Michael, for Kerry. So awesome. So we got some dates now. We know when you're in the UK. So there's going to be quite a few people that are going to pop along and hopefully meet you and get to talk to you. And is this the first time you're coming to the UK then, Michael?
No, this will be the fifth time.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
Awesome. Carol's asked a great question. Carol said, I read you apported live animals before.
Yes. One incident was a Yorkie Terrier out of my solar plexus and a cloud. It was a cloud of energy. There was a friend of mine had a Yorkie Terrier, and she was with me, but her dog was left in my car. And my car was right next to the window that the seance was going on.
Okay.
And she wasn't very happy about being in the car, so she was barking a lot. And people were getting upset because they couldn't hear what the spirits were saying.
Yeah.
So Saint Germain decided to bring the dog into the room, and apparently it jumped down onto the floor and ran out into the room, and even in pitch dark conditions was able to smell her master and jumped up in her lap and stayed there quiet all the way through the rest of the seance.
Wow.
Another time, which I have a video of, I didn't post it because I didn't want the animal activists going after me. But at the same time, I apported a corn snake out of my mouth and a teddy bear hamster out of my chest. And it's all on video.
Wow.
Wow.
Now, Paul, have you actually seen an apparition? I haven't. So this is kind of new for me.
I've seen things vanish, but not appear.
So I think it's quite a rare occurrence.
Yeah.
Michael, you're quite a rarity.
There's a history behind it. Jesus did loaves and fishes. That was an apportation.
Okay.
Kai Muge does it. I'm hearing rumors that Gary Mannion is starting to do some stuff.
Didn't Sai Baba do the same?
Excuse me?
Sai Baba, he did the same, didn't he?
Yes, he would bring out necklaces or golden ingots or things of that nature. I even have some students that have done some apportation.
Oh,
wow.
Yeah.
Is that a long process, Michael, to learn apportation?
To do it on a constant basis, it does take a while to learn to be able to sustain yourself while it's occurring. Generally, a rule of thumb, lighted seances where it's in the daylight usually takes three or more years of study and training. Apparently, there's a student of mine that's already doing it even after only a month. But I don't claim that any of it, him or others, that it's authentic, because people have the right to choose their own free will and think what they want about it. Even my own. And Saint Germain would even say to you, if he was speaking today, that always keep a healthy skepticism, even if you believe in the individual.
Right.
Go in there with a healthy skepticism, because you never know. So, but anyway, for the most part, as far as I know, Kai is doing it on a constant basis, and he brings through what they call activation stones, which helps activate your gifts and things.
Wow.
It was actually, Mychael, it was actually Kai that recommended you to us to interview.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you come very highly recommended with Kai as well. So
yeah, I recommend him too. You know, if you ever have a chance to go see this guy, I would.
Is Kai in the UK, or is he American?
He's in
Germany.
Germany.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I believe it's Hamburg.
Yeah. Yeah.
But him and I both are going to be in Basel, Switzerland, at the beginning of May. I don't know what his dates are going to be, but I'll be there through the 16th, 17th, from the 4th or 5th of May this year, and it's we're honoring a very loved individual who passed away, and we'll be doing some of these things that we're talking about.
Wow.
So you have it's called the PSI in Basel.
Okay.
And Kai would know more of that information than me. I don't know the address and all that.
Yeah.
So
okay, awesome. Okay. So there's another question here from Ashley. We've got so many questions coming in. I want to try and get through as quick as we can. What do you think of the serpent energy? Is that an energy that you've been can be worked with in physical mediumship?
It can be worked with in meditation, in mental mediumship, and you can use it in physical mediumship, but it kind of deviates from some of the intention.
Mm-hmm.
And you also can communicate with, animals with that energy.
Okay. Okay, that was interesting. Terry here, Terry Ryan. Hi, Terry. He says, no offense, but who is Saint Germain? I've never heard of him. No question is ever stupid, because there's always someone, there'll be other people at home thinking the same thing.
Yeah.
If you look Saint Germain up on Google or some web page, you'll find him, and it's the Count Saint Germain, and he was Francis Bacon in a past life, and others. He's considered being the man who never dies, or has never died. That's why sometimes people think he was Count Dracula, but he really wasn't a Count Dracula. I'm not even sure there was a Count Dracula, but anyway, he is highly educated, and if you want to read about him, you can go to the Theosophical Society and read The Secret Doctrine, or some of his books that he has written, like The Alchemist.
That Theosophical Society, I've got the book, the concepts on the Theosophical Society. It's a great thing to look up, people. Such a balanced view on all topics. It's brilliant.
Yes, and Sir William Crookes was the head scientist that worked with Madame Blavatsky, and it's wonderful. And then there was a gentleman by the name of Charles Roche, who studied the ectoplasm and coined the word ectoplasm.
Ah, okay.
So would you consider Mychael St. Germain an ascended master?
Yes, in 1874, he was accepted in Shambhala. And then he, Katumi, and El Morya appeared to Madame Blavatsky, I believe, in 1898 or somewhere in there. And there's a famous picture of her sitting in a wicker chair with the three of them standing behind her in their spirit bodies, and Kodak before they became Eastman Kodak, authenticized the picture.
Ah.
Wow.
Awesome.
Any other questions?
Oh, sorry, Michael, you broke up then.
Any other questions?
Any other questions?
There's quite a few. I'm just looking through now. Sorry, bear with me because there's so many people are commenting all the time. I haven't kept up with the stream, so I'm sorry. Adam was starring it for me. Yeah, it's a lot of people are making comments. People are saying looking forward to seeing you in August. And some people are saying they had to look up apportations. They'd never heard of it before. I mean, when you apport, Michael, apport objects, is it dangerous?
Yes. Especially when you do it in the light.
Yeah.
Because I've lost teeth. I've shattered my jawbone one time. It's dislocated 7 times. I've chipped teeth. My right eye went blurry for a couple of days after apporting out of my eyes. I tend to have intestinal issues from time to time when I'm doing the apportations out of my solar plexus, and it lasts probably 4 or 5 days. And you can, I had an incident happen that almost killed me in Post Falls, Idaho. I think it was in 2001. I was doing a seance where Mother Mary was going to bring through some sacred oils called Damascus Rose. And she was bringing them through in these little vials. And this was going to come out of my solar plexus. There was a woman in the room that was being very negative, and that negative energy caused the vials to apport, but the oils didn't. And in the outside, but they did apport in my intestinal tract. And that's poisonous. And so I could make a joke, but I won't online here. but it was bad. I was really seriously sick for 2 months, and my wife was worried and wanted me to go to the hospital, but I don't like hospitals, so I didn't go. Yeah, it is dangerous.
That would be quite scary. I can imagine that you have thoughts in the past, like, am I going to continue to do this?
I have. In fact, recently I was teaching at my advanced mediumship class in July, and on August 1st, I'll never forget this date, I was doing a seance for the class. It was called a healing seance, where we have a spirit materialize and come out of the cabinet and do a hands-on healing on someone who's laying on a massage table. And for 17 seconds, a white or a green light went on above my cabinet. We think it was from a what was it called? An internet hotspot light thing. And I died for 3 minutes.
Oh, wow.
Oh, wow.
I wasn't breathing. My heart wasn't beating.
Oh, wow.
People were crying. It was a bad day. And then I remember.
I would say so.
They said my last words were, what was my last? Oh, God. Because I thought I had died, really completely not coming back.
Yeah.
And it had to happen when my wife and my youngest daughter were there, and because, and so they were upset. And my wife and I, her name's Pam.
Is that Pam? Is that Pam in the background there, Michael?
No, this is my work partner and helper and assistant and a medium and psychic and healer herself.
Oh, wow.
Say hello,
Jane?
Jane.
Hello, everybody.
Hello.
Nice to meet you. Awesome.
If you ever need to know my schedule, get a hold of her.
Yeah, I think I messaged her tonight.
But yeah, she apported some things.
Really?
Too, and we've even, I think, didn't your trumpet move too? No. Sometimes a trumpet comes out and voice or tappings or whatever happens, like with the Fox sisters.
Oh, okay, awesome.
So even after dying for 3 minutes, you decided, I'm going to continue to do this.
Yeah, I was talking to my wife about it, and I thought, it might not be worth it anymore for me to do this as I'm getting older and stuff.
Right.
But I love it so much. It's kind of like being a quarterback on a football team. You just can't let it go,
Oh, okay. Because Sharon asked the same question, Heidi, pretty much. With all these injuries that you suffered, it must be.
There's more happiness than the suffering.
Yeah. Okay. Awesome. Luke Cook has asked, why is it more dangerous in the light?
Because the light has a negative effect on the ectoplasm, and things can get stuck in certain areas of the body, and you don't really want that to happen. Kai apports a lot out of his eyes, and there's an opportunity there where it could get stuck in his eye, and that could be a problem. But you do have your guides and master teachers and angel guides and stuff that help you, to prevent some of that. But if you're just being plain stupid and you're not following protocol, then you kind of deserve it a little bit. And I don't mean to sound bad about that, but even myself, I mean, I did not have my protocol completely in place when that happened to me on August 1st. So I blame myself.
Okay.
What happened, I blame myself.
So have you ever had to go to, imagine you've got a stone stuck in your eye. Can you imagine going to the emergency hospital and the doctor's like, what are you doing with in your, how do you explain that?
I actually have a story about that. I had a really bad headache and a lump in my head, right here. And I thought I had a tumor. So I went to the doctor and they did they're feeling it around. And so they did a CAT scan and an x-ray, and they saw it and they thought it was a tumor. And then they made an appointment for me to come back to talk about having surgery or seeing if it was able to be removed. And then this 120 karat blue topaz came out, and that's what was in there. And so when I went back to the doctor, he took the x-ray and it wasn't there anymore. And he looks at the original x-ray, and then he looks at the second x-ray, and he said there must have been a blip or something in the x-ray machine. But I didn't tell him what it was.
Wow.
Because I didn't want them to call security and take me off to a state hospital somewhere.
Right.
Love that. That's brilliant.
Right. Yeah.
We've also got, I think this is, hi Linda. I believe this has come through on the Facebook group. Have you heard of photoplasmic? I think I spelt that right. Energy. I heard it can work like ectoplasm, making it safer for physical mediums.
That's protoplasm.
Protoplasm.
Proto, not photo.
Not photo. Okay.
Yeah, that is an energy that I do not use. I'm not really familiar with it. Okay. I know there's a medium out there that does. His name is Gary Mannion. And it is a safer energy that you can use. But I'm used to the one that I use, which is ectoplasm and verundum. I don't need to use that. I'll let him do it and others. But you can still get similar results, and there isn't all the worries or concern. But I will say it smells really, really, really bad.
Okay. Okay. And lastly, a couple more questions. What advice would you give someone? This is from Ashley again. For starting on their journey in physical mediumship. Is there anything, any kind of, I don't want to say shortcuts because I don't think you can do such a thing. But what is there anything you would do different, Mychael?
Would I do differently?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would make sure that in every case, no matter how comfortable I am, is to keep protocol there in place and follow it to the T every time. But as far as someone that's first starting, you really need to look at the negative side of it first, because physical mediums will tend to put on weight. They will lose friends and family members sometimes because you become a different individual.
Okay.
And you're only in your body 30% of the time anyway. And so if you're sitting there next to your mom, let's say, or your sister or brother or whatever, and you're going out of your body and you're talking in tongues and other voices are coming through and stuff, that tends to freak them out.
Yeah.
I have a friend that when I was 12 years old, his name is Tony. He saw me fall from an 80-foot tree in Seattle, Washington, and I stopped in midair at 5 feet before I hit the ground and floated the rest of the way. And that was because Lady Nada helped me, because it wasn't karmically necessary for me to fall out of a tree. And so she didn't violate karmic law or physical law. And to this day, he doesn't want nothing to do with it. But you want to find a teacher that you trust and feel safe and good with, and then follow their teachings. I don't. Where does she live?
I believe Ashley is in. Are you in Northern Ireland, Ashley? I believe you are. So she's in Northern Ireland.
I don't know who is there.
Could be Ireland, actually. It could be Southern Ireland. I'm not sure.
I heard of a medium that's there, but I don't know who it is, and I don't know if they teach mediumship.
She's in Belfast. Thank you. She's in Belfast.
That's where I'm supposed to be taking a ferry to when I'm heading down to what's that one that starts with a D?
Dublin.
Yeah. I'm going to take a bus because they say if you're in a taxi or a little car, you can't see the view.
That's true. Yeah.
And so Kai, I know he does classes from time to time. He's a really good teacher. But in Ireland, I'm not sure. Over here in the United States, there's a couple, including myself.
Are your teachings, Mychael, online, or is it in person that you prefer?
Well, I prefer to do it in person because then I can work more with the phenomena. But I am presently doing an online course. It's called The Current Way. No, what's it called? Medium Mixer. And her name is Julie Andriani, and you can look her up. And I'm doing that on Wednesday and Thursday. But I would wait until that class is over because you'll have already missed 3 classes.
I see.
And then I also do one-on-one online trainings as well.
Okay. And do you know anyone in my neck of the woods in Canada, Mychael? It's not very common up here, I must say.
I do not know anybody up there. I know there is a couple in Calgary, I believe, but I'm not sure who they are and whether they teach or not.
Right.
A really good way to find out is get a hold of the office at Camp Lilydale Spiritualist Community in
the East Coast there.
In Casadega, New York.
Yeah.
They have a list of people.
Do you ever go to Lilydale, Mychael?
Yes, I'm going to be there. I'm going to be there on the 13th of August doing a billet reading apportation event demonstration, and I'll be doing a seance in there, but not in the camp, on the 12th and the 14th. And then I've done telekinesis classes there.
Okay, so you're a regular.
Yeah, I've been there a number of times, and it's a wonderful place to go. I mean, there's all kinds of history there, including the history of precipitation art, and also the Fox sisters. They have a really neat museum with stuff in there. There's pictures all over the place, especially in the hotel there. There's a big giant picture. It's like 7 feet tall almost, of I forget who he is now, but it was precipitated in a seance.
Wow. Have you heard of Lily Dale, Paul?
I have,
yeah. There's a documentary about Lily Dale that's quite interesting.
Yeah, it's on Netflix, isn't it?
I think so.
Yeah. But
there's another show called Surviving the Dead.
Yeah, Surviving Death.
Yeah.
Yes.
We interviewed a gentleman that was on there, Minister Colin Bates.
Yeah.
Colin was fantastic. And like yourself, Mychael, we really appreciate you giving up the time to come and share your experiences. And I hope people at home have found it really valuable. One last question, I believe, from I think it was Kerry. Hi, Kerry. I have some students, actually one in particular, that would benefit and love to attend your class. So will you be teaching in the UK or not, do you think?
I will. I am talking to Don Bex about doing an intensive class there. And it is a 2-month class, but it's usually the weekend, Saturday and Sunday, so it's 8 classes. And they've got a room that's big enough for 20 students. I won't work with any more than 20 at a time, because you can't get to everybody if there's too many people.
Yeah.
And I would come there, for a month and work, do my thing, and teach the class. And then I would leave for a couple of months, and then I'd come back and finish the class. And then after that, a year or so later, I come back and I do a follow-up class.
Mm-hmm.
And there's phases 1 and phases 2, which is together. That's the first month and second month. And then the third phase 3 class is separate, and it's all about apportation and phenomena.
Brilliant.
So, but yeah, I will be attempting to create that there, and then I'm doing it in Chicago here in 2 weeks, actually. And Julie Andriani is the one that you would want to get a hold of about that. And then I will also be doing it in Buffalo. I'm not going to go to my calendar again. But if you get a hold of Jane here, she has the dates of that.
Okay.
And I have an opportunity to actually start doing some stuff in Ireland by a gentleman there, and who's going to try to hook me up. And then there's a lady that has a church in Aberdeen, Scotland. I'm not good with names, so I don't remember her, but her name, I remember her. I can see her face.
Okay.
She's going to be in Cornwall to see if she likes what I do, and hopefully she'll invite me over there too.
Oh, fantastic.
Wow. You're all over.
Yeah.
I go to Switzerland, both, and Australia. I've been down in Canada, or up in Canada, and down in Mexico, Egypt, all over the place, meeting really neat people.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. Mychael, thank you. It's been an absolute privilege to have you come on, and we can't thank you enough for the information you shared with us today.
It's my pleasure.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mychael. It was nice to meet you.
Yeah.
Yes, both of you and everybody else. And anytime you want me on, I'll be more than happy to. And I might just offer this. I would be willing to find a day when I'm in England, Paul.
Okay.
To do an apportation demonstration live on your show.
Wow.
This cabin is real. It's not a yeah, you're more than welcome to come here and do that.
That would be
I'm actually sat on a ley line as well.
Okay.
I've got all the cameras set up in here. We could do something. That would be fantastic.
Yes, that would be I would do that, and just get a hold of me or Don Bex and see if we can find time to do that.
That would be fantastic.
That would be amazing.
That would be amazing. Yeah.
All right. And where are you living?
So I'm near Norwich.
And how close to that is to Somerset?
About 4 hours drive, but maybe I could fly you here because there's an airport at Norwich. So
okay, yeah, I would be more than happy to do that demonstration for you.
Awesome. That would be.
And if you're up in Canada, let me know. Up in Alberta.
Yeah.
I will. I just need someone to host me up there. So.
Yeah. All right. Well, maybe we'll connect after this.
All righty. Thank you. Thank you all, and namaste. God bless.
God bless you. Thank
Blessings.
You, Take care. And thank you, Jane. Take care. Bye for now. Bye, guys. Bye. Awesome. I'm just I'm already in my head thinking, okay, the box is going to go there.
You're getting it all planned out.
I've got it planned out already. Yeah, fantastic.
That would be phenomenal.
Wow. Yeah. Oh yeah. Someone just put, didn't know Shirlingham was on a ley line. Yeah, apparently it's in line, something to do with the Stoke Holy Cross. There's an old Roman villa there. But anyway, enough of that. We're going to work, Heidi, haven't we?
Yeah. What is our timeline there, Paul?
Well, how long have you got? We've got about 20 minutes, I think.
Okay. All right.
Do a double link because I don't know how I'm going to get this going because I haven't worked for over a week with the COVID that I had. I did try today, so we could either start by doing a double link. Should we try that?
Okay, we can. Why not?
Okay.
Yeah.
So the whole program this evening, and I'm kind of worried it's connected to Mychael because Michael's now gone, but I've got a gentleman that would have passed with heart attack, and he comes in. And he's been in and around me the whole program. My chest is aching. I know there's a lot of pain on passing with this chest problem. And he makes me aware of his dad. Can you pick him up as well? Are you feeling him? One thing about doing a joint link, it's not easy, is it? It
isn't. And that sounds like my dad a little bit. So
Well, that's why I was asking you, Heidi, because it also sounds like my dad as well. No, my dad passed with a heart attack. So
did mine.
But I know this gentleman is not my father. So
right.
No, it's not my dad. Okay.
So could it be my father, or do you feel it's someone else's father?
I do feel it's somebody else's. I think they're
okay, then we're good to go.
So I know
then we're good to go.
Yeah, absolutely. I know this gentleman is thinking about son and daughter as well.
Okay.
He's talking about son and daughter. Okay. But it could be daughter-in-law, so I'm not sure. But he keeps talking, and he would have had so much zest for life. He was a very strong-minded gentleman. He's also making me aware. He keeps pulling me back as well for some reason. He's talking about a necklace that he would have worn as a gold chain, or a necklace he would have worn, very much a man's man as well. He's also talking about okay. He's talking about he's talking about his children, and he's talking about they've cobbled something together. He keeps saying they've cobbled it all together, but it's going to be okay. They're balancing. He keeps trying to give me the message before he's giving me a lot of evidence. Guys, if you understand this message, please, we've just jumped straight into this, haven't we?
That's okay.
Let us know in the chat.
So I'm just going to see if I can link in there. And if you're not feeling it, you let me know. Because I have a lady. I have a lady too around. So.
Okay, I'm just going to quickly put the link into the stream, so people can, if they think it's for them, let us know. And if they would like to come in and we can hear your voice, that would be fantastic. It really helps us to connect.
So I'm just, do you want me to jump in, Paul, or do you want to continue?
Please. Yeah.
Yes. Okay. So, as you're talking, there's a few things that are coming here. And I actually don't feel like this dad was so old when he passed to the spirit. I don't want to go real elderly when passing. I have a sense as well of that he would have been this type of man that would have been good in sales. That really knew how to talk to people, that was, quite personable,
yes,
that
absolutely.
was more outgoing. I have a sense that, he was a bit charming in his own way, had a bit of a twinkle in his eye. I have my feeling is the heart attack would have come quite quickly, and perhaps he didn't know that there was heart issues, or there was even issues prior to that. So I feel like it was kind of the one, and then I go to the spirit world. For sure. I hear daughter absolutely as well. So it's either daughter or daughter-in-law, obviously, within the group here. I have a sense that he may have passed a little bit of time ago. I don't know if this is real recent as well, because I see older pictures. And when I see older pictures, that's been some time ago that he would have been passed to the spirit. All right.
Yeah. Okay. Suzanne is put on my son, sales, heart, 35, sparkling eyes, but no children. Okay. Also the name David. He keeps trying to give me the name David as well that connects into him. Okay. 3 times I've heard the name David. Okay. But he's talking about a situation. They've cobbled it all together and I think it's all going to fall apart, but it's going to be okay. And he keeps talking about the situation, about everything being cobbled together. And my brother is David. Okay. Would you understand the situation around everything being cobbled together, Suzanne? Everything's been cobbled together, but they're just getting by. They're just getting on. I could take this, I think. All right, Julie. Julianne as well can take this. I'm just going to keep going with this. Okay. Also, the name Mychael is just giving me the name Mychael as well that connects into him. I know. Yeah. Okay. Not sure what you mean. Yeah, absolutely. If you're not sure, he's talking about a situation where everything's been cobbled together and everything seems to be very fragile. And because I keep asking him what he means, he's not giving me a straight answer. Okay. I've got different people giving me different questions and it's taking me out on my link. So if someone just put, I have a plasma I videoed in my room. Okay.
Oh, that's something
that's not helpful.
So Suzanne says, not sure what you mean, and then you described.
Yeah.
True.
Okay.
Do you have a sense that when you say cobbled together there, it's like that's a situation within the family?
Situation within the family. It's been
yes, that's my sense as well.
Been cobbled together and he's quite anxious. Is quite anxious that coming across with this message. It's really important to come out. I'm sorry if I'm kind of tripping over what he's saying, but I keep jumping in and out of the link because I keep looking at what people are saying.
I can try to help you there, Paul.
He's put yes as well.
Yes.
Okay.
Suzanne, would you also have a brother here in the physical world? Would there be a brother to you in?
Yeah, I don't know. She's not. Hopefully she'll take that. And also, if you see the link, if you can see the link, please jump in on the link. That would be great if you want to come in.
So Suzanne says David again. So she can definitely take the David.
Okay. The mic is
reference.
Okay.
Yeah.
The mic as well was important, but the heart as well. I keep getting the pain around the heart.
Yeah.
Okay. So, and again, I'm getting that. We talked about this earlier. First, you don't succeed. Try again. There's a real sense of people keep trying not to give up. I kind of really would love to have to hear your voice, Suzanne. If you can come in, that'd be brilliant.
Just a little bit quicker in the feedback, isn't it?
Yes, absolutely. Yeah.
There also seems to be a sense, Paul, I don't know if I can jump in here, but just before passing, it's like kind of making big life decisions, and things were kind of on the up and up. And then I go to the spirit. So there seems like there was plans, and I have a sense of going forward, maybe making some even career or relationship choices just before passing. And then I transition. So there was actually, I think, a lot going on in his life prior to his transition.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm not sure if Suzanne can still hear us. This is a problem with doing this live. This is why a lot of mediums don't do it live, because they don't like, if we drop out of the link or we lose the connection with the person that we're bringing through, it's very difficult.
Mm-hmm.
There is a real strong sense of another gentleman in spirit with him as well, because I keep getting the Mychael as well that connects in. Yeah. The Mychael keeps giving me the Mychael that connects to him. He's also making me aware of a brother.
Mm-hmm.
So can you feel the brother? Are you still there, Suzanne? Because my thing has just come up. An error has occurred, so please wait a moment to try again. So I'm not sure if that I've lost the link completely, whether people are still actually hearing us. So hopefully we've not jumped off.
Oh no.
Are we still live, guys? Oh, we're still live. Awesome.
Okay.
We're still live. Well, we are through YouTube anyway. Okay. If we can't get the link in, we'll just go out and come and we'll bring somebody else in, shall we?
Okay.
I can hear. Great.
Yeah.
People can hear me. That's great.
That's good.
Awesome.
Oh, and Carrie says, I understand everything. Mychael is my husband. My friend died at 40 with a heart attack.
Okay. So Carrie,
there's a couple.
Okay, would yeah, because the Mychael he kept giving the Mychael as well. Can you jump in? Guys, if you can jump in, that would be great. Carrie, it'd be great if you can jump on that link.
Yeah, Carrie says, I have a brother and family stuff going on as well. Okay,
would you understand everything being cobbled together? Like it's almost like it's all about to fall apart, but it actually isn't. My father passed suddenly with a heart attack. Nephew's called David, and Mychael is my brother-in-law.
Oh, wow.
Believe that is from April. Okay. Yes, still alive. Okay. Guys, it'd be lovely to get you in and we can hear your voice and we can but I need my camera off as I'm ill. Kerry, that is absolutely fine. Just to hear your voice would be awesome. Awesome.
Yeah.
That really helps us to connect. Because he's really concerned, this gentleman, about the message that he wants to give. There's been a lot of talk within the family. Things are going wrong and everything is just hanging in there. This is a bit where you want to whistle or sing a song.
Yeah. Well, and I want you to, you got the first link, so I want you to kind of go where you feel you're drawn to.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, I'm trusting that Kerry understands this information. You're still alive. Even Adam's told me I'm still alive. Thanks, Ad. So hopefully she'll come in any sec. I'll keep posting, and that should go in any second.
So Kerry says, cobbled together is what my granddad would say, as he was a gypsy, and this is a gypsy word.
Perfect. Okay. We've got Suzanne. Hi, Suzanne.
Hi.
Do you understand the information?
I was off for a minute, by the way. I had trouble finding my password.
Oh, don't worry. So thank you for coming on. We don't know if I'm going to you. I'm going to establish the link now. Okay. But very much was in the name Mychael was also included in the link because I could hear him talking about Mychael.
That's about the only thing that I can't take.
Then as any mediums and teachers are out there, they'll always say, trust your evidence.
Yeah.
Trust your evidence. So I'm afraid I don't feel I'm with you.
Okay.
But I think I'm reading for you very soon, aren't I?
Friday. I just need a Zoom password.
Yeah, I look forward to it. Okay. Take care, Suzanne.
Thank you, Suzanne.
Take care. Bye. Okay. But I think I'm reading for you very soon, aren't I?
Friday. I just need a Zoom.
Oh, we're getting some feedback.
Hi, Kerry. Okay. Take care, Suzanne.
Thank you, Suzanne.
Take care. Bye. Okay. But I think I'm reading for you very soon, aren't
Oh, goodness.
We're getting it right back.
Feedback.
Hi, Kerry. Hi, Kerry.
Hi, can you hear me okay?
Yeah, we was getting lots of feedback. I was hearing my voice coming back to me.
I've just shut down a load of the windows in my background. So sorry.
No worries, no worries. Well, lovely to meet you. And do you understand this information? I've got a gentleman here that would have passed into spirit with a heart attack and heart pressure. He's been here all night. He's very much a man's man. Okay. He's also talked to me about gave me the evidence about the necklace, the gold necklace he would have worn at a time in his life as a gold necklace as well. Would you understand that?
Yes, that's correct. I believe it's my friend who passed when he was around 40. As Heidi said, he was quite young. He passed of a heart attack, had lots of ambition, lots of life choices. He also had a daughter as well. There was complications there. And everything you've said has been quite, I was sitting here, I was thinking, oh my gosh, this could be for me.
Okay. And he's talking about everything being cobbled together and everything being like you're hanging on a limb. Everything's just almost like it sounds like ramshackle, but that's not the word. But you remember that game they used to play, the Donkey Derby thing, where they used to put everything on the donkey and hope on Buckaroo. Buckaroo.
Yeah.
Everything's going to fall off. And he's making it, telling me that everything is precarious at the moment and everything feels like it's all about to fall apart. Would you understand that?
Absolutely. And the interesting thing is, Paul, as well, with that word, it is a gypsy word that you've said. And my grandfather, who's also in spirit as well, was a gypsy, and he would always use that word. Everything's cobbled together, Kerry. Always remember that. You know, so that was really the icing on the cake for me to actually put a message in the chat this evening.
Awesome. Okay. I need to give you more information. There's another gentleman as well that's with him. It's standing alongside him, but I believe he's more to do with your family rather than your friend. There's a gentleman here that feels, I'm not sure if it's grandfather on father's side, but also, would you understand the boxer, the fighter as well, because making me aware of that. I wouldn't mess with this gentleman because I feel like I'm going to get my ears boxed. If I get this message wrong, he's going to give me a clip round the ear. He's also making me aware of the tattoo that he would have had, also making me aware of a problem he would have had with his left hand as well. There was a problem with his left hand. I feel like he either broke his hand or his fingers were slightly disformed because of fighting. Would you understand that?
I can understand that, but that is still connected to my friend, though.
All right, I'll keep that. Because I see two
in the hand. Yeah.
Okay, I see two gentlemen that have come in. I'm very much aware of two gentlemen standing behind me. Okay, and also there's a term about gluing everything together as well, trying to get everything to stick together. Would you understand that? Why he keeps using that phrase?
Yeah, definitely. That seems the terminology of my life at the moment.
Okay. Okay. And would you understand the name Shirley or Shirley or Shirley they're trying to give me as well?
Sandra?
No, can't take Sandra.
No, okay, I don't want to change it.
No.
But the name is Shirley.
The name Shirley, I've got the name Shirl or Shirley is trying to abbreviate what sounds like Shirley.
Okay.
Not Sandra, can't take that.
Okay.
Also, okay. There's a really who's got the posh surname? The posh surname they're talking about. It sounds like a bit like Postlethwaite.
I'm not too sure, Paul.
There's a joke here. There's a joke they're trying to give me about someone having this falseness and having this false name and this posh name and making out they're something they're not. Would you understand this?
Not in that context, but my brother has actually considered of changing his surname.
Okay.
So that seems quite apt.
Very much from both these gentlemen, very much the sense of, particularly your friend, that there's no nonsense here. There is a father figure here as well. I can feel the other gentleman and the Mychael as well that connects into this. The Mychael, the father figure. Would you understand that?
Yeah. Now, Mychael is my husband, and his father, his grandfather, rather. Sorry, is within spirit.
Okay. Perfect. Okay. Everything is about leaving a legacy. everything is about putting your best foot forward. Okay, that's really the message here. Sometimes life, when you look at it from a different perspective, isn't as it seems. And this is coming back to that whole everything being glued together, everything being, yeah. Do you understand this? You're in a better position than what you realize.
Yeah, very much so. And there's a lot going on with my mother, which is obviously my grandfather's daughter. So there's a lot going on there as well at the moment. And everything, it's almost like hanging on a thread. So yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we've gone over already. So, so I'm so sorry. But I want to give their love to you and blessings from the other side. And thank you for coming in and working with us.
And thank you both. It's the first time I've sort of come on the show this evening, and yeah, it's been really, really interesting. I've loved it. So thank you very much.
Awesome. Thank you. Thank you. Thanks, Kerry.
Thank you.
Do we do one more, guys, or what do you want to do? Do you want to get off air and we've got to go, or do we do one more?
I'm easy, but whatever people want to do.
Let's see what people want to do, because we need comments. One more, guys. We could do it really quick. Thank you, Paul and Holly. Lovely night. Oh, not sure. One more, Zoe says. Okay.
Julie says one more.
Okay. Paul says one more. Emma says one more. Lena says one more. Emmanuel.
All right.
All right, we get the message.
Shall I take a stab? Yeah.
Yes, please.
Yes, because I've had a lady with me. You have this gentleman. I've had this lady with me, and she is quite the lady, I must say. And as I link with her, and as she comes closer, I can see her quite clearly, which is nice. And I know that she wouldn't have been so old when she passed to the spirit. So I want to go 50s, 60s maybe. And she feels not like a gran. I think she feels either like a mum or an auntie. It's more of that type of relationship. And I know with her, she would have been quite a vibrant lady, quite more of an outspoken lady. And I can hear the laughter in the background. So she would have had a quite distinct laugh about her. All right. And I feel like she's quite a cuddly lady, a huggy type of lady. So when she'd see you, she'd like to give you a big old hug. So she's quite affectionate in her sense. And the way that she dressed is also a little bit different or distinctive. Not in a terrible way, but she had flair about her, I suppose, and I have a sense, she's showing me like her hair, dyeing her hair different colors and things like that. Maybe it would be auburn one day and then it would be brown one day. And so she's kind of distinct in this manner as well. I'm not getting too many names right now. I did think there was a Betty, maybe a Betty or a Becky connected to her. I was trying to pick that up when you were working as well. Can anyone take any of this?
Yeah,
is making sense.
Keep your thoughts coming, guys. Keep your comments coming, I should say.
Yeah, let me know, Paul, if anyone says anything. I'm just going to keep on going.
Don't worry. As soon as I get anything, I'll let you know.
And I would see this lady, more maternal feeling, would have been, like I said, more outspoken. I feel like she was kind of the life of the party type of lady, not a lady just sitting in the corner and watching and observing. She was a little bit more outspoken. I feel like like I said, she loved to socialize. I know that there would have been sickness within her prior to passing, and she does show me that she would have been sick for a shorter period of time before she went to the spirit. It wouldn't have been a long, lengthy medical issues here with her. And she just seems quite accepting, like, this is my time. I know I'm going to go and I'm going to live life to the fullest prior to going to spirit as well. I keep getting older pictures of her as well. And so to me, that means it wouldn't have been a recent passing. There's been some time since she's gone to the spirit. And she keeps showing me a windy road. I'm not from where you are, so forgive me, but she may have had a connection to more of a rural place, or where the roads may be a bit windy rather than a straight highway as well. And so maybe that's a village or a smaller town that she frequently went to as well. Okay. I do believe that family was more important to her than things. Just a lady that loved other people. I have a sense that she liked to like really give back to her community and the people around her. So she's quite affectionate and quite loving as well. I feel like she said a diagnosis. So there's a diagnosis and then a short period, and it's almost like, oh, we don't have time to really like have a lot of intervention, you know, and accepting, and then I transition. I have a strong sense that there would be a son left behind here in the spirit, or, you know, on the physical plane as well. All right. And she keeps saying sister, sister. So perhaps also a sister still here in the physical world connected to her. Yeah.
See, I can take 95% of that.
You can, Paul.
Yeah. Sorry.
Oh, goodness.
So does anybody else understand this? Because I don't want to jump on it. So you just described my nan. Okay. My partner is picking things up. I wouldn't know her though. Okay, Julianne. Julianne said she might. Yeah, I can pick up everything apart from. Yeah, Sean's but oh, Paul. Sorry. Not sure. Okay. Okay. Thank you, Kerry. Basically, my nan was all of that, apart from she always looked at me as a son, and I never met her. But I never met her.
You never met her.
And every medium that picks her up, and she's always coming through, will say to me, "Oh, you were so close, maternal connection," and I never met her. But it's interesting. She always comes through and gives us that feeling that it's her coming through. Now, she came from Scotland. So little windy roads, and she had a lot of sisters.
She did, hey.
And I was, same as my partner's nan. So it could be for you, Julianne, but my nan helped out in the community. She died in her 50s, and she did a lot of work in the community. She really did, and the essence that you brought through of her, which is really important, was very similar as well to my nan.
Would that be on your mum's side, Paul?
It is my mum's side, yes. My mum's side. Yeah.
I definitely hear on the mum side of the family as well. I'm just going to continue. Do you know if, like, she shows me Christmas things, which is my sign for December. If there's either a birthday in December or something very significant in December, time of passing, or just a love of Christmas and celebration, I suppose it could be as well.
Yeah. Again, Julie's taking this as well. How does go ends? So keep coming, Julie. If you think this is for you, keep coming. I can take a December birthday, I believe. But I'd have to find out.
Yeah, to find out.
Yeah, but I do. Yeah.
And can you take Paul, Betty, like the name Betty or Becky within the family?
Well, her only daughter was Barbara.
Barbara B. Okay.
Oh. Okay, I can sometimes.
Or Barbie.
Yeah. Babs. We call her Babs.
So Julianne is saying, I'm not too sure if she can get on.
Yeah, she's just saying he said nothing about December. That's her partner. So she believes it's her partner's nan. Yeah.
His other name.
That could be it then. That could be it.
Yes.
Awesome.
So should I work with Julie then for just a minute?
Yes.
And
yes.
Okay. It's
hard
to
come in, Julie. Julie, come on, don't be shy. Yeah, I'll paste that in.
Okay.
Yeah, hopefully she'll come in.
Well, I know this lady's been with me almost the whole time. So between Paul and between Julie, we'll figure this out, and I'll have a sense of where I'm going, especially if I hear Julie's voice. You know, when you hear the voice, there's something about that where you can kind of make the link. And I know, you know, I think this lady is coming in, or there's a sense of like celebration with her. She keeps going about perhaps there's a celebration or something exciting coming in the family, and she's quite excited about it. So I don't know if Julianne can still hear me, but there may be like a wedding or an engagement or something big happening or going to be announced soon. So I have a sense that this, maybe it is for you, Paul, something exciting happening. And she's kind of getting, you know, giving you a little bit of what's coming up. All right. And exciting news. And she'd be the type to want to celebrate everything and be present. All right. I know with this lady as well, or I have a sense she's quite a well-presented lady, you know, in her face. She would have very much taken care of herself and physically, you know, presented herself well. And like I said, very affectionate. I think there's a Carol as well, or something like that connected to her. It's either Carrie or Carol that's also connected to her. So hopefully this is making sense. I just heard that name out of my right side here. Yeah, I do have a sense, I hope, with Julie, that this would be, oh, he won't go live. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
No Carol, though. But,
no Carol. Okay.
I might, yeah.
Yeah.
What about the Kerry? Because it could have been Kerry.
Kerry or Carol, you know, a name very similar to that is coming in as well.
You're trying to connect with somebody transatlantic. You know, you're doing a brilliant job. You know.
Well, I'll just leave it because I know we're over time and I don't want to take people's time. But whoever this is for, whether it's for Paul, I kind of have a sense it's for Julie, but we'll just go there. That there will be an announcement, or there has been a recent announcement. She's thrilled about it. I feel like she's very accepting, she says, of people within her family and people joining her family. So she's watched her family grow over the years, and I know that she's been gone for a little bit of time here. So continuing to watch over, continuing to welcome people into the family.
Awesome. Awesome. That's brilliant. Thank you, Heidi.
She keeps bringing in a brooch too. A brooch. So someone has kept her brooch, or she had given some brooches in particular away prior to her passing.
So yeah, my mum can take that because she's got her brooch.
Can she?
So yeah, could be soon as well. Julianne's put could be soon. I had a sense it was a baby. I had a sense it was a child.
Okay.
So
making the family bigger.
Yeah. Oh, cross. She's put a cross. Okay. Heidi, thank you so much.
Thank you for
Anthony, and you're more than welcome to come back anytime.
I would love to.
That'll be brilliant. That'll be brilliant. And we want to say again, thank you to Mychael for being a guest on tonight's Spiritual Talk. And we'll be back this time next week with another great interview. So we'll say goodbye, everyone, and see you next week. Speak soon, everyone. But take care.
Bye. Take care.
Bye.